Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here from the 2025 Chicago Auto Show. Behind me, I have the new 2025 Ford Expedition and its all new trim level of the Tremor off-road oriented full-size SUV such as this one. Of course, Ford has had the Tremor off-road trim and some of their other models for quite some time, but it is all new here to the Expedition full-size SUV lineup. And overall, I'm very interested to see what this vehicle has to offer. I believe this one as equipped is just over $80,000, 83 to be exact, according to the QR code located on the pedestal. And I really haven't had that much experience with the Expedition in any recent time. So I am very interested to check this vehicle out in person and, coming from some of the other manufacturers, full-size refresh SUVs, see what this one has to offer in specific, not only with the off-road trim level, but just the features and options and equipment in general. So in today's video, I simply want to do a quick walk-around tour of this Expedition, give you my first hands-on opinions and impressions of this vehicle, and really just what it has to offer for that, low to mid $80,000 price point. So the Expedition in front of us is finished in the wild green exterior with the Onyx and electric accented interior. Now, this is a very fitting color combination for an off-road SUV such as this one, because generally, dark green exteriors people associate with wanting to go off-road or more outdoorsy vibes in general. And then you do have the nice bright yellow accents both on the outside as well as a little bit on the inside that Ford has been using for some of their Tremor models, such as the Maverick, and here you can see on the Expedition, just to showcase and reiterate that this is indeed the more off-road capable iteration of that particular model. Anyways, taking a look at the Expedition here at the front, and you have the LED forward lighting with, it looks like LED reflector headlights. We have the daytime running and turn signal signature in that portion right there, and then there is going to be LED fog lights hidden back there on the side air scoops for additional forward lighting. You can see we do also have yellow front recovery points with a little bit of a different approach and departure angles, just to give this vehicle a little bit of additional capability off the beaten path if you do choose to take it. And we have front, rear, and side parking sensors. Of course, we do have the nice black Ford logo with the 360 camera system integrated just below it. Nice black and dark gray accented grille that connects the two sides together. More accent LED lighting or Ford LED light bars right there, which I assume provides a substantial output. And then we have the two-tone black and yellow Expedition across the front edge of the hood. Really do like it. I think it's a very solid color combination, and overall this vehicle looks like it is fairly capable. Now, coming to the wheel and tire setup, this is, again, one of the aspects that makes the Tremor different from that of some of the other Expedition lineups. It's going to be wrapped in a General Grabber ATX all-terrain tire in a 275/70 18-inch in design. So this is an 18-inch dark graphite gunmetal wheel with a single spoke to mention that it is a Tremor, and it is around the air valve to put air or take air in and out of the tire. So it's easy to access that and remember exactly where it's at. And you can see the tread pattern is fairly beefy and fairly knobby. So I assume these tires are, pretty good on, loose dirt, gravel, things like that. Coming off to the front fender, nothing really in terms of design there. We do have small Tremor badges here on the two front door panels, and then there is going to be fixed running boards. It looks like they're more of a high clearance with the nice grippy rubberized texture so you don't slip on them, and they do have plenty of holes to let mud, rocks, and water seep through. Black accented mirrors with the LED turn signal integration, cameras on the bottoms for the 360 camera system, and there is going to be LED puddle lights with the zone lighting on the exterior of the vehicle. We do have blind spot detection, heated mirrors. Unfortunately, not going to be auto dimming. Oh, excuse me, they are auto dimming on it looks like at least the driver's side and maybe the passenger side as well. Black accented beltline molding with your keyless entry with the little keypad there. Proximity entry on, it looks like, all four door handles, which I absolutely love manufacturers doing that. And we do have the matte black roof rails at the top of the vehicle for additional accessories, whether that's camping, cargo hauling, storage, things like that. And I believe this vehicle does also have the panoramic power sunroof, which is partially open right there for additional light, airflow, and ventilation inside of the cabin. Now, coming around to the back of the vehicle, you can see that black theme with accent colors does continue on with the new lighting signature. You can see we do have the LED taillights, turn signals, it looks like reverse lights are all going to be integrated in that upper housing. We do have rear side parking sensors with additional trailering capabilities under that cover right there. Looks like there is going to be a spare tire. Not sure if that is a matching spare tire underneath there, but it does look like a full-size spare tire. a nice large section of gloss black across the tailgate lid with the yellow and black accented Expedition, black accented Ford logo, third brake light, more LED lighting hidden under here with the integrated third wiper that cleans up the design language and keeps it out of the mud, snow, dirt up there, hopefully keeping it a little bit cleaner in those situations when you do need it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the full-size Expedition. I don't absolutely love the back end of the vehicle upon first glance, but I think the front end's very sharp. The 3/4 looks very nice. And I think there is some, actual mechanical improvements to this vehicle that make it, more off-road worthy than that of maybe the standard, more road-oriented trim levels. So taking a look here on the interior, that gold or yellow accent does continue on to the seating surfaces. It's the black, and I believe they call it the electric interior. So starting out here on the door panel, you have a good amount of soft touch. We have a soft touch, nice leatherette upper with the yellow accents. This is all gonna be nice soft touch for the armrest portion, and it does continue just below that to about this portion right here where the hard plastics do continue on, which is to be expected. We have ambient LED interior lighting, nice, I'm not sure what texture that is, but it's around the silver portion of the lock unlock. We do have power windows, mirrors, and locks with all 4 windows being automatic up down, power folding mirrors, as well as the power adjustments. We have the Bang & Olufsen premium audio system, and there you can see the nice vast amount of interior cup holder and bottle storage. Coming to the seat adjustments, we do have a power seat with, it looks like, just 2-way power lumbar. That's a little bit unfortunate for this price point. There you can see the nice black leather perforations, yellow accent stitching with the Tremor branding on the backrest portion. Headrests even do integrate some of that color accent stitching. And there's going to be a look at the updated dashboard, which looks like a good amount of screen real estate and a very unique design. So here in the interior of the Expedition, this is going to be actually a very interesting place to be, and this is my first raw reaction and very unique to say the least in comparison to what most manufacturers have been doing over the last several years. So in front of the driver, you're going to find what looks like the digital display cluster out there, far from the driver, a little bit farther than that of the main infotainment screen over here. Looks like it has a lot of screen real estate, and the steering wheel, because I guess so you can see over the steering wheel, is a little bit flattened on the bottom as well as the top. So it's way more oval than it is circular, which I kind of have to use it to actually have an opinion on it. But I think this is somewhat like some other vehicles, such as the Toyota Prius, for example, where, they shrunk the steering wheel down so you can kind of see over and through the steering wheel. Maybe not my favorite aspect out there, but I want to reserve judgment until ultimately I can get behind the wheel of this vehicle and experience it for myself. But you do have the driver attention monitor here for the Bluecruise functionality and some of the other driver assistance technologies, just like that of other recent Ford products. And it looks like there are touch controls or physical buttons that are backlit on the left and right hand of the steering wheel with a gloss black ring that runs around the left and right hand side, maybe with additional sensors or lights in here. Black Ford logo. We do have automatic rain sense wipers on this particular one. The stop start button is going to be located over there with the gear shift just below the infotainment screen, which we'll get into just a second. To the left of the steering wheel, it looks like we have their 2-speed transfer case with 4 high, 4 low, 2 high, drive mode select, locking rear differential, which is always awesome and kind of necessary for off-road vehicles, electronic parking brake, and we do have some, looks like a rear tailgate and things like that just beside it. Coming over here to the main infotainment screen, we do have additional storage up top that is worth mentioning. And then this is going to be a fairly nice widescreen in design. Not exactly sure the screen real estate in terms of, inches, but I would say it looks somewhere around like an 18-inch screen diagonally with, obviously probably Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs, wireless, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, things like that. Gear selection, like I said, for the Prindle is going to be just below that with a manual plus and minus for gear selection and the 10-speed automatic right there. Volume knob, engine stop start off, parking assist, hazards, cameras, traction control off, and it looks like a hill descent or some sort of management system right there. Expedition here in the silver accent trim. Looks like we have the Pro Trailer Backup Assist integrated into this cubby, which can be closed, so you can hide that knob if you do wish. Very interesting implementation there. And looks like wireless charging here on the right side, so your phone sits like this, facing the driver, which is nice. USB-C and USB-A data inputs. 2 large cup holders, which are exposed at all times. And then we do have a little bit of additional buttons here which it looks like these are power slide buttons. So you can see it says slide here. Not exactly sure what aspect of the center console slides, but probably the whole thing to reveal maybe some, oh, looks like this opens. So it looks like the console does slide in some capacity, maybe all the way up here, and goes forward and back. Interesting implementation of that. We do have a 12-volt outlet, additional storage, which goes pretty far back, and more USB-C charge ports down in there. This is pretty soft touch, nice large lid, so if you need to use this as a workspace or things like that. And you do have a black headliner, garage home link, vanity illumination, auto dimming interior rearview mirror, non-digital, so just a regular mirror. LED overhead lighting. We have some of our seat controls for the second and third row, shade, vent for the sunroof, and there's a padded, soft open sunglasses holder. So yeah, that's gonna be a look here at the front seats. Overall, very unique design language. I don't love it nor hate it, but need to spend some time with it. But let's go ahead and take a look at the second and third rows and see what you get back there. So take a look at the second row of the Expedition. Of course, materials are gonna carry through from the front. So starting out here on the door, you have all the soft touch here on the armrest, accent ambient LED lighting. Here's your release to get in and out of the vehicle, and then a good amount of lower door storage. Of course, captain chairs are gonna be found on this particular vehicle with the yellow accent stitching as well. We have a manual adjustment, which it looks like for the lumbar, or excuse me, the recline function, with a manual slide lever at the front edge. So immediately stepping inside, there's some interesting functionality here when it comes to the front headrest. And it looks like maybe there's some mounting capabilities for rear seat entertainment systems or screens, additional accessories that you can purchase. But looking here at the front dashboard, there's going to be all those screens and their different orientations. We have, looks like power in terms of charging or something of similar right here, front and center, different layers of additional accessories out back. Looks like we have some trim piece. Disregard that in terms of the auto show. Auto rear, third zone, climate control, heated rear seats back here. And it looks like actually ventilated seats. I don't know if you guys can see that. Nope, just heated, excuse me. But ventilated very well could be an option on a higher trim level. USB ports as well as another 120-volt wall outlet. Overhead LED lighting. Then we have AC vents, things like that. And we'll go ahead and try to access the third row for you guys to see what it's like back there. But in terms of ingress and egress, we do have a button here on the side of the seat. Unfortunately, the power is dead on this vehicle, but we can go ahead and lay the seat down manually. And you can see back into the third row, there's gonna be a decent amount of room back there. All right, so I managed to get back into the third row with these seats actually upright and in a suitable position for second row occupants. And here in the third row of the Expedition, this is actually a very interesting seating position because it feels slightly elevated from that of at least the front two seats. And here behind the second row, I have actually about an inch of legroom, so my seat or my knees are not contacting the actual seat in front of me. Legroom, there's actually a good amount, and the seats are actually well off the floor to the point where my legs are almost resting flat on the actual seat bottom cushion, which I cannot say the same for many other vehicles out there. Now, I know it's extremely dark back here, so you probably can't see my face too well, but we do have the power recline adjustments, USB-C charging outlets, 2 cup holders here on the side, which means there's not really any armrests, which is a little bit of an interesting choice. But there is going to be 1 cup holder on the passenger side, another USB port, and plenty of room if you needed to fit 3 across in here. But still have the nice leather perforation, soft touch materials. And like I said, these seats are actually reasonably comfortable to the point where you're sitting decently high off the floor, and probably one of the more comfortable full-size SUVs out there if I were to actually choose to sit in a third row of any of them that I've recently sat in. And we have AC vents up top, LED lighting, hooks, and plenty of visibility out the side. So good on Ford for that, and was not expecting this result. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cargo area. And yes, that is one thing I do remember as to why they have the color accents, is a split open tailgate design. So you can see pressing the tailgate opens the black portion, and the body color remains upright until you hit this button right here, and it will go ahead and undo a secondary latch and lay flat just like that. So that is a unique design element you don't often see, again, implemented in vehicles these days. But behind the third row, as you can see, that seat is upright. There is going to be a decent amount of room behind the third row. We have LED lighting on only the passenger side. Looks like we have a 120-volt wall outlet, 400 watts, a 12-volt outlet, and USB-C charging port. So I like how Ford is implementing all of this onboard power in the cargo area. We have, looks like another light to bring these lights on the tailgate on and off. So handy feature there. We have all of our seat up down controls for the third row and the second row. It looks like actually I can put these seats up right. So I apologize for you guys, but those are going up right now. You see they are a little bit slow in their nature, but maybe due to the power situation of the vehicle. And then there is going to be the second row seats on both the left and right hand sides, can be controlled from there as well. So yeah, interesting amount of capability and usability back here. And then beneath the floor, you're gonna find additional cargo hauling capabilities, but you can see it is very minimal given it's pretty shallow in nature, and likely has to do with some of the power mechanisms for the seats and things like that. So interesting, split tailgate functionality here. I'm not sure, if I love that, but I'm sure there is going to be some practical reasons for designing it and packaging it the way that they certainly have inside of this vehicle. So wrapping up here on the passenger front seat, looks like we do have more trim pieces falling apart. And here on the passenger side of the vehicle, of course, all the materials are going to be the same as the driver's side. It looks like power seat adjustments are the same, also two-way power lumbar. And there's a look at the dashboard and those screens lit up for you guys. Looks like this is all going to be a semi-soft kind of injection molded plastic, damped glove box, LED illumination inside, and a pretty wide usable glove box there. So yeah, that's going to be a look here on the inside of the Expedition Tremor. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Is this a vehicle you would be interested in purchasing, whether it's for the off-road capability, the features and options, the design, the aesthetics, the pricing, anything like that? Very curious to hear your thoughts and how it stacks up versus maybe some of the other full-size three-row SUVs that are currently offered on the market. So let me know what you guys think of the 2025 Ford Expedition Tremor down in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to stay tuned to check out additional coverage I have here from the 2025 Chicago Auto Show. Definitely a little bit different of a year if you were in attendance during the media days or even come during the public days. Let me know what you guys think of the show in the comment section. And all these vehicles in the background ultimately will be available on display if you come and see this video, either when it is still running or after the fact and already came, whatever the case may be. But anyways, interesting, maybe interested to get behind the wheel of the 2025 Expedition once it hits the media press fleets in the next couple months. I assume this vehicle will be ready to purchase at dealerships very shortly as well, given this vehicle has been debuted and shown off at auto shows since late last year. So yeah, ultimately, let me know what you guys think of this video down in the comment section below. As always, I appreciate you guys supporting the channel and watching, and hope to see you guys in the next one.